Hello, today is Saturday, July 11th, 2026. Here is your daily signal. According to the Associated Press, the U.S. military launched attacks on Iran after Tehran allegedly struck 3 ships in the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz, escalating regional tensions and threatening oil shipments to Kuwait and Bahrain. The Strait of Hormuz is responsible for nearly 1/3 of the world's seaborne oil transit, making events there pivotal for global trade routes, especially after the U.S. revoked Iran's ability to openly sell crude oil. On July 8, oil prices surged and the S&P 500 slipped 0.3% as President Donald Trump raised doubts about the temporary truce in the conflict, leading to volatile global stock markets. Meanwhile, Fortune reports that OPEC Plus increased oil production just as Gulf flows recovered, shifting market concerns from shortage to a possible glut, a risk heightened by demand lagging behind the rebound in supply. In the short term, continued regional instability threatens further disruptions in Gulf oil exports, impacting volatility in both prices and global markets. Medium term, OPEC Plus' production move could result in oversupply, especially if conflict triggers rerouting of shipments, new sanctions, or deters international investment in the region. As geopolitical uncertainty lingers, global financial markets may remain unsettled and heightened risk persists for future oil flows. Next, onto U.S. economic interventions impacting corporate winners, retail prices, and financial innovation. Fortune notes that Walmart recently cut prices but declined to credit President Trump, who actively called for reductions amid ongoing inflation. The Trump administration has pursued high-profile market interventions since 2025, ranging from direct appeals to major retailers to launching new financial innovations like Trump accounts and the Dollar Trump memecoin. In the past week, close to 1 million investors lost a collective $3.8 billion in the Dollar Trump coin, even as President Trump disclosed $636 million in personal earnings since its January launch. Business Insider reports that children born from 2025 to 2028 are now eligible for a $1,000 government-funded deposit into Trump accounts, reshaping long-term investment patterns for American youth and driving ETF inflows. Meanwhile, Fortune highlights concerns from a former White House ethics lawyer as President Trump repeatedly praised Michael Dell, whose Dell Technologies stock surged amid AI server booms and presidential recognition. In the near term, corporate interventions like price cuts and selective praise may drive volatility in retail prices and consumer demand, while losses in the Dollar Trump memecoin highlight risks to novel presidential financial products. Medium term, ethical worries about favoritism could undermine regulatory trust and market stability. Government deposits to youth accounts may transform the investment landscape for years to come. Finally, New Scientist reports that quantum algorithms, especially Peter Shor's, pose a threat to modern internet encryption, but Shor himself expresses confidence that solutions are possible. Shor's algorithm, published in 1994, can quickly factor large numbers, undermining classical encryption methods like RSA upon which much online security rests. This revelation accelerated research into post-quantum cryptography, with tech giants like Google and IBM and standards bodies such as NIST now prioritizing quantum-resistant security for communications, finance, and critical infrastructure. According to New Scientist's July 7 interview, organizations worldwide are planning for rapid migration to post-quantum solutions, raising demand for new standards and techniques. In the near term, critical infrastructure and financial systems could face vulnerabilities as they transition to quantum-safe protocols, while broad adoption of quantum-resistant methods may ultimately reshape regulatory and cybersecurity strategies. If quantum computers scale quickly, historical encrypted data could be retrospectively decrypted, threatening privacy at a global level. Now, onto the markets. International markets saw mixed moves, with Japan's EWJ rising sharply by 1.1% day-on-day and Singapore's EWS jumping 0.9%, while Belgium's EWK posted a notable drop of 1.3%. Among gainers, Global MoFi Limited GMM surged 106%, and Heoxi Health Technology HAO recorded a loss of nearly 72%. Commodities traded mixed. Platinum led gains up 1% with PPLT, while lithium's LIT fell 0.7% and US oil USO slipped 0.3%. Gold was marginally lower by 0.3%, while uranium URA increased 1.5% as the top gainer, and lithium LIT declined the most. In favorites, AMD soared 2% day on day, while Nvidia NVDA rose over 4%, but Oracle retreated by 2.5%. Microsoft MSFD edged up by 0.2%, and Amazon slipped around 0.7%. In sectors, the S&P 500 SPY advanced 0.4%, with semiconductors stocks little changed but higher month-on-month by 7%. Healthcare Roman 45 saw a day-on-day loss of 0.8%, but gained 5% in the last month, with SPY as top gainer and Roman 45 as top loser within sectors. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.